Hey guys, this is Ricky Rourke, and this is Ambee's Honey Farm. It is 10, 13, 20. It's mid-October. It is early morning, about 10 o'clock, and today we're going to be talking about horizontal hives. And before we get started talking about the horizontal hive, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about myself. I'm a first-time beekeeper, and I don't like to get stung. I hate it. Man, I can't stand it. I swell up real big. I have an EpiPen I'd have to take if it got too bad. But when I get my bees, my wife knows that I'm out here in the bee yard, and she keeps an eye on me. You know that. But anyway, this video is to let y'all learn about the horizontal hive. Man, it's been a learning experience, and I love the horizontal hive. That's what these videos are going to be about, is to help people learn about the horizontal hive. I'm not an expert. Man, I'm far from that. How I kind of got started was watching YouTube videos, and that's where you guys are watching this at. And some of the guys that I watched was Mr. Ed. Man, you talk about a great guy. The Dirt Rooster. Man, that guy cracks me up. Man, but I love his videos. JP the Bee Man. We also do Cayman Reynolds and Randy Oliver. We also watched a lot of Barry's Best Bees and Frederick Dunn. Now you say, man, what does all that have to do with these horizontal hives? Well, let me tell you, it gives you a lot of valuable information. When I look at Mr. Ed and Dirt Rooster and JP the Bee Man, when they go do these cutouts and stuff, I hear a lot of people say, well, bees like to go vertical. And don't get me wrong, they do love to go vertical. But guess what? They like to go horizontal too. You see them in the floors of the houses or in the roofs. Got some good videos of those. So it lets you know that bees will build vertical and how they like to build their hives. Then you have Cayman Reynolds, who's a commercial guy, and then also Randy Oliver. Man, these guys got some information, been doing it for years. But Cayman lives in Tennessee. He's not too far from me. I'm in North Carolina in the Blue Ridge Mountains. And then you get Randy Oliver, who is in the Blue Ridge Mountains, who's a commercial beekeeper. Man, this guy, he's smart. Listen to what he's got to say. He'll teach you some stuff. And then you get to Barry's Best Bees and Frederick Dunn. These are backyard beekeepers, probably like me and you. Frederick Dunn, man, he's got some videos. He tries new things. To me, he's leading the way in beekeeping. And, that's kind of what I want to do with these horizontal hives. Like I said, they all don't have horizontal hives. Frederick Dunn this year has started horizontal hives. And he's got some great videos on it. I suggest you go watch them. I've watched everything he's put out. Man, I love watching his shows. It's made me a better beekeeper. But if you have anybody local next to you that might have a horizontal hive, I have a gentleman and a lady right down the road, Rick and Edith. They've got many years of experience with bees. And guess what? You're not going to find everything on YouTube for your videos. I'm sorry, it don't work that way. There's always be a question that pops up, and is my bees are swarming? I don't know. There's all these bees outside, and you get all excited, and they come up and calm you down. Nah, they're just doing some flights, oriental flights. You're just having a lot of bees hatching out, or there's just a jam up because of the way the weather is. Those are good things to know. But watch videos, man. I tell you what, I watch videos. I decided to build me a horizontal hive. And guess what? Yeah, I went big. Frederick Dunn's got flow hives. I loved his flow hives. I love the horizontal hives. So, yep, this is going to be a flow hive, horizontal hive. Yeah, that sounds weird. But my ideal is I want a monster hive. And can you get a monster hive building vertical? Yeah, you can. Um, you can build them vertically. I've seen some 9 deeps high, and man, could you imagine if you have bees? You guys know this. One of the guys that ain't, them things are heavy. Man, I couldn't imagine getting a hive off here. And I'm not a little feller either, but they're heavy. And I wanted something that can build me a monster hive and can make me a lot of honey. And I feel like the bigger your hive is, maybe the more honey you can get. Now, I may be wrong on this. We'll find out. But this hive here that you see is 3 deeps. It has a deep on the center. Does it need that? No. You don't have to have that. I did that because I'm just trying to test it out for the flow hive. Then I had to put a super on top of it. Guess what? They started filling that out. And you say, man, you did 3 deeps and then another box and then yeah, I did. Now, it had foundation in it. And I did feed them. And you say, somebody said, well, I don't like to feed. And you know, it's a package I got in April. And what I did was I fed when it rained. Right before it rained. I'd go in, I'd put my sugar syrup in there, and I'd feed them during the days that it was raining. You know, and you know, a lot of people can't do that, but that's what I did. And this is the result I got from doing that. So when it rained, they got food. And it didn't rain, they didn't get nothing. Did I give them pollen patties? Yeah, they did get some pollen patties, especially at the beginning. I fed this hive. I wanted a big hive my first year. So far, out of this hive, I haven't taken any honey off of it. And it's already mid-October. I'll be breaking this hive down probably tomorrow. I got late with my mites treatment, and it pushed me till late October, and it gets cold up here in the mountains of North Carolina. But this will break down, and you might be able to see right here is the cover for that box. I will mention, yeah, I've got my horizontal hive in a building. So people say, oh, why'd you put it in a building? Well, there's a few reasons for that. It's my daughter, Amber. I don't know if she's allergic to bees or not. And then the other is for the livestock. Actually, this building's kind of off the ground, and it's probably about, I'm going to say 8 to 10 feet up in the air. It don't even look like it's standing here, but this building on the back end is about 8 to 10 feet up in the air. And the bees can go in and out. I don't have to worry about possums or skunks or anything trying to get into my bees or mice because it's way off the ground. So that's has been an advantage for me. It is a little bit of a pain in the butt when you get into your bees and see I have a window over there. And the first time, guess what happened? Man, those bees went right over that window and they covered up. And guess what else they did? They got on them lights right there. And so they was a little hard to get out the first time. If you cover that window up, as you can see right here above my head, this building's kind of vented. And you turn these lights off, man, they blow out of here. Man, they just go right out the door. It's the best thing to see. You have someone stand outside the door and say, watch these bees come out the door. You know, it's nothing like 100 bees rushing out to your building door. So that's pretty cool. Some of them do go out right there. And then they come off the lights when we turn them off. So again, this hive has 32 frames in it. It's a 32 frame hive. And it's got, right now it's got 8 frames of honey. It's got 6 on this side, and it's got 2 over here on this side of honey in it. And some people say, well, horizontal hives, man, you don't get no honey out of them. Well, I kind of disagree with that. As you can see, right now I've got 8 frames of honey in this hive, and I've got 26 frames of brood. Now, these brood are not all the way to the top. There's a lot of honey on top. And I feel like it gives it some advantage. It pushes the brood down in your hive so they can keep the brood at a better temperature. The right side over here, the sun sets on this side and it gets warmer. And guess what they did? When they started building, they built that way, which was kind of weird to me. But you know, watching some videos, you'll see that they do that. They'll build from one side to the other depending on where the sun's at. And I'm going to get more videos on that when I start doing my other hives that I'm going to start doing. So they will produce honey. And I want to put a flow hive on top. Now that's got a queen excluder. I don't want them in this section. I will get to take this box off. Probably won't get the honey out. And you say, man, why? Well, I caught a late August swarm, and it was almost getting close to 1st of September, and they're building up good. They've already got their bottom deep full, and it is a vertical hive. I've got 2 of those, which I hope to change in the spring. But I'm going to set this one on top of that box. I'm going to give them honey. And that way I'll make sure they get through for next year. But some ways to stop, I believe, if you don't want your bees, your brood nest, and you want some honey out of that box itself, put your queen excluder in it. I seen a guy throw his whole box away because he said it don't produce no honey. And let me tell you folks, this box will produce honey. And it'll build a monster hive, you know. But you could just basically do, this is my follower board that I got, that I was using. I don't have to use it no more, it's full. But you can do a cutout on it if you wanted to. Just put your queen excluder on this. I mean, it's not that hard. If you don't want to do that, the videos that we watched, and something I'm going to try is take a follower board, cut the bottom of it, and give a barrier to the brood nest. So the brood nest will be on this side, and the queens will come over here and say, oh, that's a stopping point. And they do that a lot of times when there's a lot of honey there. That's a stopping point, and then they'll start putting the honey on the other side of it. And you say, Matt, don't make no sense. Go watch some of the videos of these guys, like Mr. Ed and the Dirt Rooster, and look at when the hive is between 2 2x4 sections. And they've got the brood nest over here, and they've got another whole section of honey. So don't get me wrong. I won't say this is until I actually do it, you know, as an experiment, we won't know. But we're going to do that. Let me flip my notes over. I did have a few of them. I just want to say my design may not be the best design. It could be a bad design. I don't think so with my results so far, but they ain't made it through winter yet. I do, you know, if you can build your own, build your own. You know, I'm going to tell you right now that I built this hive under $100. Yeah, and that's I mean, probably with the frames and the inner covers, it's probably still right around $100. So that tells you how cheap this was. It's made out of 1.5 inch thick pine. It has a 3/4 inch bottom. It has that top that you see right here, which is a 3/4 inch top. I will say on this far side, where the brood nest basically went to, they did propolis my vent up that was on that side. They went to this left side over here. Vent's still open. Now I'm going to probably cover that up for winter. I don't want that getting cold. But I will do another video when I break this box down, and you guys can watch it and see how it looks. But my next video will probably be pros and cons on vertical hives. I feel like there's a lot of misinformation out there, and I don't really know why that is. Some people don't seem to like this box. I get that. And you know, you want to stay more traditional. There ain't nothing wrong with that. You want to try something different, you know, try your horizontal hive. Man, it'll change the way you think about beekeeping. And I can't wait to try the flow hive. You know, I think that's going to be a different way. But the next boxes I make will be outside horizontal hives. I've decided to go ahead and do some. I've learned enough about bees that I think that 2 outside. And if you'll stay tuned later, I will show you maybe some of those designs that I've got. Because guess what? Yeah, you might have guessed it. I'd like to put a flow hive on those. And the design for that may be a little hard to do, so we'll see. And if you guys don't mind commenting, give me some information. You know, I like horizontal hives. Maybe I can teach you something. Maybe you can teach me something, and we can all learn together, and we can make these great horizontal hives that everybody would like to have. I will say that there's, again, with the pros and cons, there's some good things and there's some bad things about them. There's some good things and bad things about having them in this building. But you know, it sure is nice having them in the building. It's, you know, if it's sunny outside, but it's a little windy and you want to get in your bees, then you can do that. But I just want to say thank y'all from Ambee's honey farm and from my family, and may God bless y'all.